Order of the Nile. 10 points for this. Which word was first used in the 1940s to represent a unit of thermal resistance that will maintain a temperature difference of 0.1 degrees Celsius with a...
Churchill Nazarian.
Tog.
Tog is correct, yes. Your bonuses are on mythology and literature. In Book 10 of the Odyssey, which friend of the immortal gods tied up the winds in a leather bag for Odysseus so that he could reach home safely?
Aeolus.
Correct. The Aeolists, thought to be a satire on pretensions to truth not in accord with reason or properly constituted authority, appear in which work by Jonathan Swift?
Gulliver's Travels.
No, it's A Tale of a Tub. First performed in 1633. A Tale of a Tub is a later comedy by which dramatist?
Middleton.
No, it's Ben Jonson. Right, we're going to take our music round now. For your music starter here, you'll hear an excerpt from a piece of classical music inspired by the sea. 10 points, please, if you can name the composer.
Churchill Davis.
Sibelius?
No. Anybody want to buzz from SOAS?
SOAS Ruston.
No, it was Mendelssohn, the Hebrides Overture. Right, we'll take music bonuses in a moment or two. Start a question coming up first. In 1912, Wilbur Schofield developed a scale to measure the relative strength or intensity of what vegetable?
Churchill Nazarian.
Vegetable, oh dear. Tomatoes.
Anybody want to buzz from SOAS?
SOAS Rennick.
Chilies.
Chilies is correct, yes. So you get the music bonuses, 3 more pieces of classical music inspired by the sea. In each case, I want you to name the composer. Here's the first for 5 points.
Holst.
No, it's Wagner's Overture to the Flying Dutchman. Second, this composer.
Debussy.
No, it's Rimsky-Korsakov, The Sea and Sinbad's Ship. And finally...
Debussy.
That was Debussy's La Mer. Right, 10 points for this starter question. What colour of light results from combining red, green and blue?
Churchill Watkins.
White.
White is correct, yes. Your bonuses are on geological periods and eras. Firstly, the Burgess Shale in the Canadian Rockies is a formation about 520 million years old and contains fossil animals from which geological period?
Carboniferous.
No, it's the Cambrian. The Devonian period saw a rapid increase in the diversity of which class of vertebrates?
Sea creatures, like mollusks and...
They're invertebrates.
No,
They're invertebrates.
Insects.
Insects.
No, it's fish. What is the name of the geological era which followed the Mesozoic, or the age of the dinosaurs, and is characterised by an increase in the diversity of mammals and flowering plants?
Paleozoic.
Paleozoic.
No, it's the Cenozoic. Another starter question. Which genus of trees, all of which bear pairs of winged seeds called keys or samaras, include species with common names such as hedge or field,
SOAS Fallon.
Acer.
Acer or maple is correct. Your bonuses are on light and plants. In plant biology, what name is given to the graphical representation of a physiological reaction to light plotted against the wavelength of light at constant energy?
The phytotropism.
No, it's action spectrum. Which plant process has an action spectrum characterised by a rapid decline in activity at wavelengths above 680 nanometres, so-called the red drop?
Deciduous trees.
No, it's photosynthesis. In photosynthesis, what general name is given to pigments such as the phycobilisomes of blue-green algae, which absorb light energy between 470 and 650 nanometres, then transfer the excitation energy to chlorophyll?
Chloroplasts.
No, that's accessory. 10 points for this. In October 2004, Hamid Karzai was elected as head of which...
SOAS Rennick.
Afghanistan.
Afghanistan is right. Your bonuses are on a Pacific country. Firstly, for 5 points, in which Pacific country is the city of Lapu-Lapu on a channel on the Bohol Strait opposite Cebu City?
Philippines.
Correct. The city is named after a national hero of the Philippines, Chief Lapu-Lapu, who in 1521 killed which famous navigator attempting to circumnavigate the globe?
Magellan.
Correct. Which president of the Philippines was impeached in 2000 and ousted in 2001 when the Supreme Court declared the presidency vacant?
Marcos. Ferdinand Marcos.
No, it wasn't. It was Joseph Estrada. 10 points for this starter question. What name is shared by a town in County Durham, the chief town of the Falkland Islands, and is the former name of...
Churchill Watkins.
Stanley.
Stanley is correct. Puts you back on level pegging. These bonuses could put you in the lead there on astronomy. Give the English names of the following constellations visible in the southern hemisphere. Firstly, Reticulum.
No idea. Southern Cross.
No, it's the net. Second for 5 points, Mensa.
The table.
That's not me. The table.
Correct. And finally, Horologium. Come on.
The clock.
It is the clock. We're going to take our second picture round. For your picture starter, you'll see a portrait of a poet laureate. I want his name, please.
Churchill McAvoy.
Wordsworth.
It is William Wordsworth, yes. Your picture bonuses are 3 more portraits of poets laureate, 5 points for each one you can correctly identify. Here's the first.
Dryden.
No, that's Robert Southey. Here's the second.
Dryden.
It is Dryden, yes, and finally.
That's Hughes, isn't it? Ted Hughes.
Is it Ted Hughes?
Or who came before him? Can't remember. No, that's
Cecil.
Ted Hughes.
So I think it's Ted Hughes.
It might be Cecil Day-Lewis.
Come on.
Ted Hughes.
No, it's Cecil Day-Lewis. 10 points for this starter question. Which Prime Minister was expelled from the Labour Party at its annual conference in Scarborough in 1931, though he continued in office until...
Churchill Nazarian.
Ramsay MacDonald.
Ramsay MacDonald is right. Here are your bonuses. Originating in the Americas in the post-Pleistocene period, for what purpose was an atlatl used? That's A-T-L-A-T-L.
Hunting.
Come on.
Hunting.
Hunting.
Specifically?
Hunting buffalo. Band.
No. What it was used for?
Clubs.
It's for bashing people. It's a club.
No, it's to throw a spear. Traditionally said to have sprung from rust scraped from the spear of Achilles to heal the wounded Telephus, the perennial plant Achillea millifolium has what common name?
It's not.
Come on.
Fern.
No, it's yarrow or milfoil. Bring me my bow of burning gold, bring me my arrows of desire, bring me my spear, are among the lines that preface which poem written in 2 books by William Blake?
Songs of Innocence and Songs of Experience. 2 books is Eurison. I don't know, just say it's from the Book of Innocence and Experience.
Come on.
From the Book of Innocence and Experience.
No, it's Milton. 4 minutes to go, another starter question. In which city is the Tretyakov Gallery, founded in 1856 and noted for its collection of icons?
SOAS Rennick.
St. Petersburg.
No, anyone want to buzz from Churchill?
Churchill Nazarian.
Moscow.
Moscow is correct. Your bonuses are on a name. Eyesight to the Blind and The Acid Queen are tracks from which 1969 concept double album made into a rock musical film 6 years later?
Yeah. It's Tommy the Rock Opera.
Tommy is correct, yes. Sentimental Tommy is an autobiographical novel based on which writer's childhood in Kirriemuir in Scotland in the late 19th century, the novel's protagonist also becoming a successful author. Come on.
Robert Louis Stevenson.
No, it's J.M. Barrie. Tommy is a name often used for which species of antelope, the most common in East Africa?
Uland.
Come on.
Uland.
Springbok.
No, it's Thompson's gazelle. 10 points for this starter question. The biuret test, in which sodium hydroxide is added to a test sample followed by a few drops of copper sulfate solution, is used to detect what?
Churchill Nazarian.
Urea.
No, anyone to buzz from SOAS?
SOAS Rennick.
Ammonia.
No, it's proteins. 10 points for this. From which of Shakespeare's plays did Jackson Pollock take the title of his 1947 action painting, Full Fathom 5?
SOAS Fallon.
Tempest.
The Tempest is right. Here are your bonuses. They're on names. Jerome van Aken was the real name of which Dutch painter born around 1460 whose works include The Garden of Earthly Delights? Quickly.
Bosch.
Correct. Hieronymus Cardanus is noted for the Ars Magna, thought to be the first publication of the formulae for solving which form of equation, usually expressed as x to the 3 plus ax plus b equals 0.
Cubic.
Correct. Eusebius Hieronymus was the original name of which Latin doctor of the Church, author of the Bible translation known as the Vulgate, and associated with a legend in which he plucked at St. Jerome is right. 10 points for this. Which Gresley's Class A4 Pacific locomotive attained the world speed?
SOAS Roston.
Mallard.
The Mallard is right. Here are your bonuses. They're on islands. The former French penal colony of Devil's Island lies off the coast of which territory? Come on.
Guadeloupe.
No, it's French Guiana. The 1890 Journey to Sakhalin is a study by which author of the lives of convict inhabitants of an island in Russia's Far East? Come on.
Dostoevsky.
No, it's Chekhov. Gould's Book of Fish, a 2002 novel by Richard Flanagan, is set on Sarah Island, a penal colony off the coast of which larger island of the southern hemisphere?
Tasmania.
Tasmania is correct, yes. Here's another starter question. Named after the area in southern France where it was discovered, what is the principal ore of aluminium?
SOAS Rennick.
Bauxite.
Bauxite is correct. Your bonuses are linked by a surname. In 1816, Bartholomew Sykes devised a method for the determination of alcoholic content used in Britain until 1980. What was it called? Quickly.
Pass.
Proof. The health of which writer is said to have been impaired by his strenuous reading of the Sykes and Nancy episode from one of his best-known novels?
Dickens.
Correct. The secret Sykes-Picot Agreement of 1916 between England and France with the assent of Imperial Russia arranged the dismemberment of which empire?
The Ottoman.
Correct. 10 points for this starter question. Derived from the Latin for little apple, what word can mean a projection on the front of a saddle or a rounded knob on the hilt?
SOAS Fallon.
Pommel.
Pommel is correct. Your bonuses are on popular culture. To which actor were the band The Eagles referring with the words, "You were too fast to live, too young to die, bye-bye"?
Is it James
Quickly.
Dean?
Correct. Who directed the 1982 film version of Ed Cratchit's play Come Back to the Five and Dime Jimmy Dean, Come Jimmy Dean? Quickly.
No idea.
That was Robert Altman. James Dean Bradfield, whose father wanted to call him Clint Eastwood. Bradfield is the lead singer with which band?
Manic Street Preachers.
Correct. 10 points for this. Published in 1820, which narrative poem by Keats tells the story of Madeline and her lover Porphyro?
Churchill McAvoy.
Endymion.
No, anyone want to buzz from SOAS? You may not confer. One of you may buzz. I'll tell you it's the Eve of St Agnes. Another starter question. In mathematics, which property of a function and at the gong Churchill College Cambridge had 170, SOAS had 200. Well, bad luck, Churchill. You had a very convincing early lead, but they came back very strongly in the latter stages. We had to say goodbye to you, I'm afraid, but thank you very much for playing. And so, well, once you got going, you were pretty unstoppable, I thought. We should look forward to seeing you in the quarter-finals. I hope you can join us next time for another second-round match, but until then, it's goodbye from Churchill College, Cambridge.
Goodbye.
Bye.
It's goodbye from the School of Oriental and African Studies.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.
Euphemism, or concealing the truth in a deliberately innocuous word or phrase, is a very English habit.